In the heart of a bustling city, there lived a young man named Sandro. He once had a loving home with his parents, where laughter filled the air and dreams were nurtured. However, tragedy struck one fateful night when a merciless fire consumed everything they held dear. The flames not only devoured their house, but also claimed the lives of Sandro's parents, leaving him utterly alone in the world. With nowhere to turn, Sandro was forced to brave the unforgiving streets. He scavenged for sustenance amidst the refuse of society, finding morsels of discarded food to keep himself alive. Nights were spent in the corners of forgotten alleys, his body wrapped in rags, seeking shelter from the cold and the harshness of his new reality. On a moonlit night, as Sandro lay beneath a shroud of stars, a figure cloaked in darkness rushed past him, pursued by a menacing black car. A gunshot echoed through the night, abruptly ending the chase as life was extinguished from the fleeting figure. The haunting memory of that cold-blooded murder would forever be etched in Sandro's mind. A week later, the same black car that had carried death before arrived once again, its ominous presence casting a shadow over Sandro's fragile existence. Before he could react, a group of men emerged from the vehicle, overpowering him and administering a potent drug that plunged him into unconsciousness. When Sandro awoke, his surroundings were pitch black, save for a voice that pierced the darkness. The ultimatum was clear: join their ruthless gang or meet the same fate he had witnessed that fateful night. Recalling the terror of that scene, Sandro reluctantly chose the path of survival. The gang's leader introduced himself, outlining the rules of their brutal world. A new chapter began, marked by a uniform that symbolized his allegiance to darkness. Days stretched into months, and Sandro gradually acclimated to the gang's malevolent activities. He was indoctrinated into a life of unspeakable horrors, robbing, maiming, and even extinguishing innocent lives without remorse. Each crime weighed heavily on his conscience, but the alternative seemed even grimmer. One ill-fated day, a mission to plunder a residence took a dire turn when they discovered the target was a police officer's home. A symphony of gunshots erupted, a deadly crescendo between the gang and the law. Amidst the chaos, 2 of Sandro's comrades fell, their lives forever silenced. In a desperate bid for survival, Sandro managed to slip away, disappearing into the labyrinthine alleys as sirens wailed in the distance. Driven by fear, Sandro sought refuge with a sailor who could offer passage to distant shores. The ship's voyage carried him across oceans to a distant land, China. There, he used ill-gotten gains to build a facade of opulence, lavish homes, exotic cars, and all the trappings of affluence. However, his riches could not silence the haunting specter of guilt that relentlessly stalked him. Despite the veneer of success, Sandro remained a prisoner of his own conscience. His wealth became a gilded cage, each possession a reminder of the atrocities he had committed. The void left by his parents' loss had been filled by darkness, but it couldn't extinguish the spark of remorse that burned within him. As years passed, Sandro's wealth continued to grow, but so did his inner torment. The weight of his sins pressed down on him, eroding any semblance of happiness he might have found. In the silence of his luxurious abode, he was haunted by the faces of those he had wronged, unable to escape the truth of his choices. And so, Sandro found himself living a life of opulence, but trapped in a prison of his own making, a prisoner of guilt, forever chained to his past, forever chained to his past, forever chained to his past.